What's up guys, Ryan here from Mud Gunner, and today I have a couple cool rifles to show you. This is gonna be my first time in a long time shooting an M1A. I shot one probably like 6 years ago, but I don't even remember what it's like. So this is kind of my first impressions again on the M1A. I actually have a couple now. I have one right here that I've had for, I think about a year. I just never shot it. So this is a Springfield M1A. It's spray painted, but I'll probably re-spray paint it in like a different color. My goal for the longest time was to always do the Black Hawk Down M1A, so the Randy Shugart M1A, and I was originally gonna do it on this. But then another one came into the store and we kind of moved the build over to that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one, but this came from my buddy and it's got a really nice trigger job. Like this trigger, it's like a 2.5, 3 pound trigger. It's so light. So I'm really excited to shoot this one. And then in the case here, we have a very pretty one. So we have a factory FDE stock M1A, but then this one has quite a bit of upgrades to it, and they're very tasteful in my opinion. I did not do all these to it. The only thing I added to this one was the optic, which I'll talk about here. So this is also an M1A. Internally, I think it's all stock, like trigger-wise, so the other one has a much nicer trigger. But this one has some Sadlac upgrades, and I'm not too familiar with M1A's prior to this, so I had to look all this up. But it's got a Sadlac magazine release, which is very nice. It's extended. It's got their airborne low-profile mount here, so this is super nice. You can still use your iron sights with it, and it's very cool. It does have a cheek riser. I don't know if this was them or not. Maybe you guys can comment, but this came with the cheek riser already on there. The way it's set up, I can't use the iron sights because it pushes up too high. At some point, I'd like to zero these, but I think today I'm just going to zero the optic. For the optic, I know it looks like the old school Aimpoint 3000 or 5000, but this is actually a 9000L. So it's a modern production Aimpoint red dot that looks like the old 3 or 5000. I know there's other ones too. So if you're looking to do a modernized Randy Shugart clone, I've never seen anyone post it with the 9000, but I mean, this is not clone correct in any way, so that's why I was like, you know what, we'll just do the 9000. And then I have it in the Vortex rings, but yeah, this is just a red dot, nothing else. It does have a rail section right here. I might do a bipod at some point, but that's not clone correct either, so I don't know if I want to do it on this. I want to do like an M21 build with a Woodstock M1A, but yeah, this thing is cool. Trigger-wise, it's not as like crisp as the other one, but it's still very lightweight. I don't know if any trigger work has been done, but it feels pretty light to me. So yeah, I have some friends coming out here to shoot, so I'm gonna just kind of shoot this as I can today. I have about 5 mags that are loaded up, and other than that, we're just gonna have a fun range day. All right, we're gonna zero the M1A. I got this Bog Death Grip tripod that my girlfriend got me for Christmas. Now with this though, I'm not sticking it in there because if I apply pressure, I think it's gonna push on the op rod here, so I'm just using the sandbag. Put it right here, and then just pop it on top. So first rounds to the M1A. And let's see, so I have steel at about 120-ish yards. I'm gonna see where it's at on that before I try paper. All right, you guys got ears on? Good, cool. So steel. It like just made a big puff of smoke on the rock. So I think it's top right. So I'm gonna grab this. So we're gonna go to the left. I don't know the exact adjustments, but we're gonna just play around and then I'll get it on paper. It feels pretty soft to shoot. I think it's still too high. It's hard to tell exactly where it's hitting out there because there's a giant puff of smoke when it hits. I'm gonna try the paper now. I have to look through my little binos here because I can't see the holes. Okay, yeah, we're still high. But that's not bad. These are kind of quicker shots. You guys see how easy it is? This is an Aimpoint tool, but you could use a screwdriver or a coin. Just pops in. And this Aimpoint 9000, I mean, it's just like all their other red dots. Pretty easy to zero, it looks like. I like it. It's got some pop, but it's not bad. We're in the ballpark. I think it went down just a little too much. So we'll go up 2 clicks. And I think now we should be able to hit that steel. So, hitting around it. Dude, this thing's sweet. Those rounds went far to the right. Try some. I'm gonna shoot at a different spot on the paper. So the group's not terrible, it's just it went to the right, or I'm aiming to the right. Finish off the mag. Nice. Yeah, it shoots very smooth. I like that. Aim point red dot's obviously pretty nice. We'll go see what we're at on the paper target. All right, so I guess I couldn't tell if I was in here. This is when I was zeroing a different gun earlier, that's 5.56, but most of the 308s were there. And then when I was shooting down here, these were the first, oh no, that one's already marked. So these were the first 3, and then those were the last 2 I just shot. So not bad, a little bit quicker shooting, but if I take my time dialing it in, it'll be good. But we got some friends that want to shoot, so we're gonna run some drills with it, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna run a drill with the M1A. I don't have a sling, so I'm gonna just be holding it. We have some paper targets here, if you wanna come around here. So I'm gonna start at this cone, and this is just for fun, I'm making it up in my head. I'm gonna do 2 rounds on each paper target from here. I'm gonna run to that cone, and between that cone and that cone, I'm gonna move and shoot at the paper targets. I'm not shooting the steel up here. And then after I shoot the paper targets between those 2 cones, I'm gonna go to the last cone and hit the steel at the rock down there like twice. So just a fun drill with it, get a feel for it. This is my first day running it, so don't expect anything super spectacular, but this thing's very satisfying. All right, are you ready? Everyone got their ears on? All right, ready? I'm hitting around it, but I'm not hitting it. Do a reload. Yeah, I feel like I'm hitting around it, but I'm not hitting it. All right, nice and slow shot. Okay, nice and slow worked. Let me try one more. Just to the left. Feel like it's a little heavy. It's hard to like be steady with it, but that was a lot of fun. Let's see where some of my rounds are hitting. So I think that would be a hit because we were shooting this with pistol earlier and I didn't hit the pistol over there. So I think that's a hit with the rifle and that's a hit. And no, those are already there. That's for sure a rifle hit. I can't tell about the other ones. Over here, I'm gonna say it's that and that were the hits and this one, I think, yeah. So I think those 3 would be hits. And then the other one, I don't think we've shot the other one at all yet, so that would be the first rounds on it. Oh no, we definitely have shot this one. Those would probably be my misses. I don't remember what we were doing with this, but that was fun. Let me try to run it again. We got it somewhat on target, but I want to be more accurate. I'm hitting. Okay, so we are hitting just to the right. So we can go to the left. Let me go to the left 2 clicks. left 2 clicks. It's very satisfying to shoot this thing. Okay, I'm pretty sure those were in the bullseye. There's a lot of rounds on target now. Let's go take a look. So I know this was in that last shot. It seems like every round I'm getting them about an inch or so apart, because the first 2 rounds were like right here, and then the next 2 rounds were these 2, and then I brought it 4 back, and then we had 2 more over here, and then I moved it over. But I think the last 2 rounds would probably be like that one and that one. So I'm gonna call that good enough. It looks like I'm still favoring slightly right, but yeah, I think that should get us relatively on target. So let's run some drills with it. All right, second time running the drill with the M1A. I got it a little more zeroed right now. Actually got to tighten these. So I'm gonna do 2 rounds on each paper from here, so it's 6 rounds. I'm gonna run to that cone, and between those 2 cones, I'm gonna do some moving and shooting. I'm gonna run to the last cone and try to hit the steel on the rock. I just tried this drill a little bit ago, but I was hitting far to the right, so I just got it a little bit more dialed in. I don't know how many rounds are left in this mag, but I got a reload right here. Much better. So now I got it more dialed in. That was fun. And the reload on the move wasn't too bad either. We are continuing this video on day 2. I got to shoot that one last week, but you know, it's just 1 week later. And now I want to shoot this one. I have about 47 rounds today. I might go back to this one, but I want to get this one zeroed. And I want to show you guys the trigger difference between these. My girlfriend Gabrielle, the lovely camera girl, she got me this Wheeler trigger gauge for Christmas, and it's pretty cool. I'm not like a pro at using it yet, because you do got to be pretty precise, but it'll give us a rough idea of where we're at on these triggers. So we're gonna do this one first, and I'm just curious exactly how light they are. I know this one's more, I guess, basic, but that one is extremely light. So this, you just fold it up, turn the power button on, and it is ready to go. So check one more time. It is clear. I'm gonna prop this against my leg right here, and I'm gonna pull it back just very slowly. And we're gonna see how heavy it is. Okay, 5 pounds, 12 ounces. And what's interesting is, since it's a 2-stage trigger, I can see when the trigger actually went back. It was at the 3 pound-ish mark. So I think we just, no, forgot how to, oh, there's a delete button right there. That probably would have done it. Okay, so let's do that again. I'll tell you when it starts going back. 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. So yeah, right at that 3 pound mark, it goes back. 4, 5. Okay, 5 pounds, 9 ounces. So that is not a bad trigger, in my opinion. I don't know what the exact factory trigger is. Comment down below if you guys know off the top of your head, but again, I bought this way minus the optic. Now let's see how nice this is. I really think this is gonna be around 2.5 to 3.5 pounds. So, all right, let's do delete. Yep, that puts us right back at 0. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna just prop it up against my leg here so the gun's not moving, and I'll just call it out. 1. Oh, wow. Right at that like 1.5 pound mark, it goes back. So we're at 2.5, 3. Woo! I pulled it back just slightly after that. I think it was around the 3 pounds, about 5 ounces. So let's do that again. I'll call it out for you guys. 1, 2. Oh, yep, right at 2.5 it goes back. 3. Whew, I pulled it back just slightly. It was like 3.9-ish. So 3 pounds, 9 ounces for that. That is crazy. That is a light trigger. And this one's just rocking iron sights, so I'm gonna get those zeroed. As far as the ammo goes, I was using, I think this is all CBC. So I have 2 mags of CBC left, and then a mag of German surplus ammo. There's like 7 rounds in here. I actually used this as my IDARM ammo last year. IDARM was a rifle match up in Flagstaff, and I ran my Scar 17. I'm telling you guys this because I think this year for IDARM, I want to run this. I want to be in the battle rifle division, which is just 1 hit per target instead of 2 hits per target if you're using a 5.56. But I think my goal is to rock this one. But yeah, all right. We're gonna shoot this. I have paper targets up here. I'm gonna zero it at like 25 yards. I have steel kind of close, and then the steel on the rock out there, I think it's about 120-ish yards. Actually, I could check, let me see. This is where I will be shooting from, so let's see exactly how far that steel is. 122 yards from here, and then this steel, 44 yards. So, yeah. I got this Bog Death Grip tripod from my girlfriend for Christmas too. She just knew exactly what I wanted, guys. She just read my mind. No, that's not true. I told her exactly what I wanted, and she did it. And this is my M1A'. It's like my second time out here with it, but it's a beautiful gun. So let's get the mag loaded up and shoot this gun. All right, we're gonna shoot this one. We are borrowing some of the planes that are in admin's video today, so don't mind them. All right, this one should be pretty fun. So if you want to show them the steel at 122 yards, I'm gonna just aim at that first just to see where I'm at. It was kind of hard with the last one because it just made a giant puff of smoke even when I hit the rock. So let's see. All right, direct hit. So I have this paper target. I think what I want to do, whoa, look at that. Look at how low he is. That's not a plane. Is that a paraglider, parasailer? I don't know. He wants to get in on this video. So on this grid target on the right up here, I'm gonna aim at the top right one and just see how I do. Ready? I'm gonna fire one more. That trigger is so light. That's actually not bad. So let's see. We gotta go up just a little bit. In this, what's nice is your left to right is right here, and your elevation is right there. So it's all the way like down, or it's all the way forward, so I have to turn it back. Or like an inch down. So I'm gonna go 2 clicks up and just see where we're at. I'm gonna aim at the one below it now. This thing's sweet. This trigger is much nicer. I mean, it's 2 pounds nicer. I feel like I put those 2 rounds in the same hole. Let's go take a look. Show you guys what we have to work with here. I want to say I'm a good shot or anything, but that's like 2 rounds stacked with iron sights. This is only 25 yards, so it's not that impressive. So the first group, I was aiming here, I hit there, I moved 2 clicks, what was it, 2 clicks back, and I'm still about right there. So I'm hoping that the adjustments I'm doing is gonna move it up because I cannot move it any way the other way. So, but that's pretty good. And that's just like crappy ball ammo. So considering we didn't move at all, I am gonna move it like 10 clicks and see if we get a bigger adjustment. You see all the rounds that were already shot in here, I circled. So we'll circle these. Got my handy dandy FN pen right here. So there's 2 rounds, and then there's that. So I'm gonna aim at this one again, but I'm gonna move it like 10 clicks and see what kind of adjustments we're getting. So again, if you notice, it stops right there, so I can't go forward anymore. I have to only go back. So in that last one, I went back 2 notches. 1, 2, I'm gonna do 10. Oh, that's moving it a lot. Okay, I did 6. Let's see what 6 does. Okay, so we got 1 on the bullseye, 1 about a ½ inch up left of the bullseye. Let me just do another 2 rounds and see if I can tighten up that group. That might be the perfect adjustment. Perfect, we're out. Let's go take a look. So I'll take that group, guys. The first round was this one and that one, and then the second 2 rounds was that one and that one. So we got 2 bullseyes and 2, I mean, they're kind of flyers, but I'm working with iron sights, guys, and at this range, it kind of covers a good portion of this. So I'm gonna call that good. Now what I wanna do is, that was that German ammo. Now I'm gonna be shooting the, I think I said CBC ammo, and I wanna zero it on here. This is the zero target for my AR-15, so you're supposed to aim here, hit here for a 100-yard zero. I'm gonna just aim here and try to hit here. That's my goal with it. I use these to store all the zeros for my guns, so I have like a record book that I'm building up. So yeah, we're gonna aim there with the MagTech ammo. It might, or CBC ammo, it might be slightly different, but that's why we're gonna test it out. But that's a pretty good group for iron sights. And you see the windage is pretty much spot on. Like I said, that was a flyer by me. But first group aiming there, was it second group aiming there, and then this third group, 4 rounds right there. So not bad. I like that trigger too. It's very light. It kind of surprises you, but that's pretty sweet trigger. We are down to just 40 rounds left for the M1A's, guys, but this is 308. It's not the cheap 5.56. Not that 5.56 is cheap anyways, but yeah, let's see what this does. And again, this is CBC ammo. I think CBC and MagTech are very similar or the same, I don't know. I really like this, even with the iron sights. These iron sights are pretty easy to use. So I'm gonna aim at the paper target on the right. So left target, but the paper target on the right on it. And yeah, at this distance, the iron sight covers the entire little bullseye, so I will do my best. I'm gonna go one more for good measures. Let's hope for a tight 3-round group. Now see, that's interesting because that opened up pretty big. Let's go take a look. So we do have a bullseye, but that is a pretty big group. And I don't feel like my shots were that far off, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark them and do it again. So, got one. Okay, so you guys see my group? Let's try that again. And I will just really take my time with this, but considering those were all my groups, it could be an ammo thing. It may not like that ammo as much. I think it's about 147 to 150 grain ammo. That German ammo though, I think was like 147 as well. Let's see if I can do better. Let's go take a look. Woo, that is spicy. That's pretty good, okay. So I must have just sucked on that first group. That was 3 rounds, and yeah. So the first round from the last group was this middle one, and then I think these 2 outer edge ones, and that is the second group. So I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna just say that first group was not my best shooting. 2. And then what I'll do is I will keep this in my record book, and I will put no adjustments made between group 1 and 2. You know, that way I know, like, okay, I just sucked the first group, and then I'll date it, write the gun down, and now I have a zero target that'll fit in my binder. So that's pretty cool, and that's pretty accurate. So yeah, now we can just have some fun with it. I'm gonna do some moving and shooting with it and see how well I do with just the iron sights, but yeah, sweet gun. And you see these targets, very, very nice to store. So here's how that target looks when it goes in my book. So here's the M1A from last week. That is this one with the red dot. So 2/9, 11 a.m. I had to mark it because it was CBC ammo. So I was getting it moved over, and then my final 2 shots were those 2, which not the greatest final 2 shots with the red dot, but then this one with the iron sights is much better. But now I will probably re-verify zero on this later. Actually, I'll do it right now because I have the other target out there. So yeah, this one, the one we just shot, Springfield M1A, I put serial number 192K because obviously if I look at this 5 years from now, it's like, well, which one was it? Because I'm going to zero the iron sights on this one at some point too. So M1A, 216, so 1 week apart, iron sights, CBC ammo, no adjustments between groups. So I feel like that's a pretty good way for me to read the information at a later date because I shoot all the time. I will probably forget this 6 months from now. But yeah, and then if I update the zero on this one today, I'll just put that target on top and I'll know the date difference. So yeah, let me verify zero on this one and see if I can make a tighter group than that. So I'm curious if I can tighten up this group. Now, again, that's a 3.5 pound trigger. This is about a 5.5 pound trigger. So I have a better trigger going for that one, but this one I have an actual red dot going for me. So let's see. I'm gonna do a 3-round group on that paper. This is the first rounds today, but obviously I shot it last week. I haven't cleaned it since then. I'll just take my time. Let's go take a look. So still not the greatest group with that. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna shoot another 3 rounds and see. So we got 1, 1, 1. And again, this is just my second day out with these guns, so I think it takes time to build up skills on a gun that's accurate enough for most things, but I would like to do better as a shooter. So trigger-wise, I definitely noticed the difference between that 2 pounds. I do think having a lighter trigger can make it a little bit easier to be accurate, but that shouldn't, change the fact that the gun is plenty capable of being accurate. All right, whether that was accurate or not, we're gonna go with that group because I wanna run around with the guns and now we're limited on ammo. I want your guys' takes on this. So the first group was that one, and that one. Second group was that one and those 2. I don't feel like I'm really pulling the shots that bad. We'll rewrite that one. This was 2, 2, and 2. Maybe if I try some different ammo, it'll tighten it up on this gun. Could be a barrel thing, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna hold it against the gun because it could still be me. I do feel like I was really taking my time with the trigger pull. I'll try to come back out again at some point with some different ammo and see if I can tighten up that grip because I would like to do better. But today, that's gonna be the best we got for it. We should have about 14 rounds in each of the mags. I have no reloads to work with here. So what I wanna do is I set up a course of fire. So we have some cones here. From this cone and that cone, we're gonna fire 1 round each on these paper targets. They are fresh targets, so there's no hits on them yet. So 1, 1 from here, from that cone, 1, 1, and then between those 2 cones right there on the move, we're gonna hit the steel once while moving, run to that last cone and hit the steel on the rock once. So that should put us at 6 rounds, and I basically have 1 makeup shot because I'm pretty sure there's 14 rounds in here and I wanna do it twice per gun. So we're gonna start with the iron sight gun and then alternate between the 2 of them. And Gabrielle has a timer. This is just for fun. All right, 1 on the move. Just below it. Okay, well, I don't get a makeup shot because that was 7 rounds. Well, that was fun. Let's see what we did on the papers. Well, I only see 1 round on there. I won't lie to you guys. It's kind of weird how it hit though, because it's not even a perfect hole. It's just the paper was out.
Maybe you got a double shot.
I don't think I'm that good. So I only see 1 round on there. Let's check this one. Am I that bad? I only see 1 round on each. Dang. Okay, well, we will do better on the next run for sure, but let's mark these. My time on that run was 25:67, so let's see if we could do better with the red dot. I have a feeling I'll do better, and something to note is I feel like that gun is more accurate, but I feel like I'll be more accurate with this gun because of the red dots. So let's see if I can put that to the test. Here you go. Much cleaner. Oh, I knocked the steel down too. All right, what was the time? Let's see. 19:27. Let's check my hits. Oh yeah, better right off the get-go. Wow. So that was the last one. These are these 2. I mean, not the best hits, but not the worst hits either. So 2 hits on that one. And I see the hits on this one already too. So, right there. Okay, well, let me go set up the steel. Let me mark these and let's run it again, hopefully better with the iron sights. This is gonna be my final run with this gun. I'm gonna run it till it's dry no matter how many rounds are left, and let's hope I am more accurate this time. So I am ready when you are. That one was too fast. That was a clean run. How many, or what's our time? 21:30, woo! And we got better hits. So, wait, maybe not. Oh yeah, look. So we got one right there, because that's definitely a second hit, and we got that one. Not bad.
Not bad. See guys, he just needed to warm up.
Yeah, I just needed to warm up. I don't know if you could hear what she said. And then, oh, right there. So we knocked the gun out of his hand, so that's pretty good. And then that one. So I'll take it. But, and it looks like this would have been the shot from over there because it's at a slightly, it's more angled. This one's more head on, so I feel like that would be this shot right here. But yeah, that was a good run. No misses, and yeah, ran good. I like this gun a lot. And I would like to put an optic on it at some point. I don't know what. You know, maybe we could do like, I don't know if it'd be an M21 build if we put a scope on it, because I think those are wood furniture, but I'll have to look into more builds on this. I definitely want to spray paint it something else or strip the paint off and do something with it. But overall, I'm really happy with this one. So this is a win for me. And its serial number range is 192,000 on this. I know there's a lot of different date ranges for the M1A's. Yeah, this is 192,000. The other one I forget, we'll take a look. But yeah, that was really nice shooting this one today. I'm happy with it. I'm excited to run this one again. So my thoughts on this is, again, this is my Black Hawk Down M1A clone, like a modernized clone. Obviously it's not clone correct at all, but I couldn't imagine using this in that scenario that Randy Shugart was in, where you are just swarmed with people. I mean, 20 rounds, 308's obviously a heavy hitter, but it's just a very limiting gun in my opinion. I feel like I would rather have an M4 or an AR with 30 round mags, but yeah, it's a very cool gun, and I really like the build on it, and I'd like to continue to potentially add to it in a way. Like I want to do the painted stripes on here. I don't know if I'll do anything with this rail because it came with that, but yeah, I'm really happy with this. So I am ready when you are. Oh, we're out. Okay. Well, that was a good run though. What was the time on that one? So 11 seconds. Not bad. Let's check my hits. All right, we're getting better. So I think it was that one and that one, right? Because yeah, this was the last two. So we're in the 9 box on both of those hits, so that was good. Let's check over here.
You're shaping up.
Shaping up, yeah. Well, it takes practice, guys, like Grantham says. If you don't train with it, you're not gonna be good with it. So this is my second day out with this gun. Okay, so the last one was that one and that one. So yeah, we're getting closer groups. That's not bad.
Nice.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the M1A's. You're gonna see more of it on the channel. I am really thinking I wanna run this in IDARM this year. It's just a beautiful gun, and there's a lot of people that like running clone guns in that event. So I see myself running this gun in IDARM. Go check out my video on that from earlier last year. It was the 4th of July match. But overall, I'm really impressed with the M1A. Is it like an end-all be-all? No. Like I think an AR-10 is probably more practical. I think my Scar 17 is more practical, but this is an iconic gun. Again, it was designed in like the 50s, so it's an old design, and I think it still holds up to today's standards if you practice with it. Definitely like having the optic on there. And the Sadlac stuff, I don't have any experience with M1A like upgrades, but I could tell you I like this mag release, and I like that airborne low profile mount. I also like the cheek riser. That's really nice too. I think that's them, but it's not stamped anything. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.